Well, welcome Year 8 to this presentation about what we call the STS KS3 Baccalaureate. I want to talk to you about next academic year in Year 9 in 2022-23 to tell you about what you're going to be studying, but also about the subjects that you're going to be able to choose to study next year. Welcome also to any parents who are watching this presentation via the school website. So, what will you study in Year 9? Well, actually, most of your curriculum will be the same as it currently is in Year 8 and was in Year 7. You have English and Maths, 9 lessons of each. They are the two most important subjects in your curriculum. They're the subjects that, when you leave Sandwich Technology School, they're the two you're going to be asked most frequently what scores you got in those subjects, what grades you got. So we do have a lot of curriculum time, obviously devoted to those two subjects, as we do science, which is one of our core significant subjects. You will then also be studying history, geography, French or Spanish, depending on which language you currently study. You continue with the study of that language, and then computer science. Now, all these subjects that all of you study, that are listed on the screen at the moment, we call the baccalaureate core subjects. They form the basis of what it means to be an educated person. You study these up until the age of 14, and to have knowledge across all these areas means you're set up very well at the end of Year 9 to then go and specialise in GCSE subjects. In addition to those core subjects, you'll also continue to study health and PE. You'll have 1 lesson of health a fortnight and 4 lessons of PE. You will also have citizenship, learning about what it means to be a citizen, a part of society, SMSC, spiritual, moral, social and cultural education, and careers education, which will take place partly through form time and partly for other subjects as well. In English, Maths and Science, what you will find is that you're starting to study GCSE content. In English, you will have lessons that are English language lessons and also English literature lessons, because in Years 9, 10 and 11 you prepare and study for 2 separate GCSE qualifications in English. In Maths, you'll be doing some GCSE content, and in Science you'll see on your timetable that you have separate, most of you have separate biology, chemistry and physics lessons, because you're preparing to take a GCSE qualification in each of those scientific disciplines. But then there's part of your curriculum that you get to choose. It's only a small part. Most of your curriculum in Year 9 still remains compulsory, same as everybody else, but you do get to choose which arts subject you want to study and which technology subject you want to study. And we call these 2 subjects the baccalaureate specialisms, because you've chosen to specialise in an arts area and a technology area. And for each of these subjects, you will spend 3 lessons over the fortnight. The arts subjects are here: art, drama, music, photography and textiles. So you'll be choosing 1 of those. And the technology subjects are here: construction, design technology, engineering, hospitality and catering. Obviously, some of these will be new to you, and you may not be sure what they're about and what they involve. In a moment, I'll explain to you how you can find out more information and make an informed choice about what you're going to study. Why do we do all of this? Well, this KS3 Baccalaureate, with all the compulsory subjects plus your arts subjects and your technology subject, gives you a well-rounded education for 3 years. We say that you're entitled to study this balanced curriculum. At the end of Year 9, you will have an exam in all of your baccalaureate core and specialist subjects based on your 3 years of study. And we'll then give you a certificate at the end of Year 9 showing that you've completed the KS3 Baccalaureate, and it will indicate your level of attainment from distinction star down to pass. So, in terms of completing the specialist choices, the process for doing it opens today on March the 8th, 2022. The deadline to let us know which subjects you want to study is Monday, March the 28th, and the forms will be completed and emailed to Mrs. Holland. And on the form, her email address is there saying what you have to do. Forms have been sent to parents. They're going to be sent to parents today. It is anticipated that you'll all get your first choice subjects. If there's someone where I can't give you a first choice subjects, then I'll contact you, contact home, and say why not, and ask you for a reserve. But I hope that's going to be very rare. Last year, I managed to make this work for everybody, and I hope to do so again. One thing I want to be really clear about is this is not the same thing as the full options process, which you do in a year's time in March 2023. Choosing one of these subjects now in year 9 does not permit you to having to study it at GCSE level. So if you choose arts now and you study it for a year, but when it comes to year 10, 11, you prefer to do photography, you may. You don't have to stick with arts. You're not signing yourself away for 3 years. It's a 1-year course of study. And you choose your full, as I've said, your full Key Stage 4 options. You make those choices in March 2023 when you're in year 9. All the documentation that students and parents need can be found on the school website. When you first go onto the school website, you have to click the menu button here, and this will then take you to the following screen. And here you have to look under curriculum, which, as you can see I've highlighted, is second from the left, and there is a heading called Key Stage 3 Baccalaureate. You can see I've highlighted it there with the red arrow. That's where you click, and you'll find all you need in the next page, which I'll show you now. So here you've got all you need. You've got the letter to parents that is being sent out today. You've got the choices form that you complete and send back to say what you want to study. And there's also some extra information about the specialisms. Now, I'm aware that some of the subjects, like engineering, you may not be sure what it involves. It sounds new. What you can do is by reading that document there, you can learn a little bit about what it involves. But your teachers will also be speaking to you in technology and in art about what the different subjects involve to give you an idea of what you're selecting. And as always, if you have any questions, please ask your tutor. Please speak to your teacher in technology and art. And parents, please do get in touch with me if you want to ask any questions about what these courses involve and which ones that your sons and daughters should be studying. Here's a sample form. It's very straightforward, as you can see. You just add your name at the top, say which subject you're doing, and it just needs to be signed and dated. It should be emailed back to Mrs. Holland. The letter makes that very clear, and you can see it here on the form. Hard copies can be dropped off at school reception as well. But please don't hand these to other members of staff, because then they end up having lots of different forms in different places. So it's either email to Mrs. Holland or drop off at reception. And I've shown you here, this student has filled one in already, ready to go in the box. They've selected drama and construction. We've got a parental signature there, very much on the ball, and that one's ready to go. So that's an example of what a completed form looks like. So as you can see, very straightforward process. So I want to finish by saying, let's look forward and be very positive about this. I think year 8, looking back, you joined the school in quite a disrupted year with the COVID and the pandemic, and there were some closures that affected your time in year 7. Touch wood, this year's been more settled, and it looks like as a school and as a country, we're moving away from having education disrupted by the impact of COVID. Still not saying things are perfect, but it does seem to be improving. So let's look forward. This is an exciting time where some of your curriculum is chosen by you. And in a way, it sets you up nicely and gives you a flavour of what will happen in 1 year's time, in March 2023, where you'll be picking a great deal more of your curriculum when you pick your GCSE subjects. So, look forward to working with you. Do talk to your tutor or talk to me if you've got any questions about this selection process. Parents watching, always very happy to have a chat with you about anything about this, any questions you have at all. So, all the best, Year 8, and good luck with making these choices.